Okay, so HydroTurf's been on the deck for 5 seasons now, and after I come in from bow fishing the next morning, I always pressure wash it, which is good, keeps it clean, but it eats away at it slowly. Probably would have got a couple more years out of it if I hadn't pressure washed it after every outing, but those who bow fish know that it stinks if you don't. But people always ask about HydroTurf, about, hey, order it with 3M or don't order it with 3M. I don't order mine with 3M when I put it on my boat, because when I go to take this off, if I'd used the 3M, I'd have this sticky adhesive residue, and I don't care what product you use. The only product I found that worked, they no longer have out. It was by Turtle Wax. I've used the orange stuff. I've used the normal Goof Off, Goo Gone, all those products, and you still end up with a sticky residue. But if you order the turf without 3M and you use contact cement, when you tear this up, there's no sticky residue left. Hit it with the dang wire wheel after you pull the turf up, and you're good to go to put it back on. So I'm going to go ahead and use the trusty tool that I showed last time. It's a scrape blade on a Sawzall to start removing this and get it all off, because I'm planning on putting 2 more doors on the top of this and closing the bottom of the deck. But I got to get this stuff off first so I can start laying out and cutting out for my doors and everything. But anyway, let's get started. I'll probably do a section, speed it up, time lapse, then we'll look at what it looks like after I pull the turf off versus having all that sticky stuff on it. But anyway, let's get to work. Okay, took 40 minutes. I went from having turf on this, stripped it down, I hit it with the wire wheel, which you cannot do. Well, at least you can, but you can't do if you're using the 3M, because it just gums up and just rolls up in little balls everywhere. But this, as you can see, not sticky at all. I could technically, if I really wanted to put turf down on this today, wipe it down with acetone, throw my contact cement on this, throw it on the turf, wait a little bit for it to tack, stick it down, and be done. So to me, that's much better than having to, like I did on the previous boat, you had to pull the turf up, then I had to put chemicals on it to pull the adhesive off, which took several days for me to get that done, then go back and then put the turf down. The only benefit I see using the 3M back is it goes down a lot quicker, and if you happen to lay your turf down and it's not quite right, you can pull it up a little bit and readjust it. If you're using contact cement, it's not like that. Once you put it down, that's where it's going to stay. You'll basically rip the turf up if you start trying to pull it up. But if you're buying HydroTurf, I'm not sure about the other brands, but with HydroTurf itself, it's $40 extra just to have 3M backing. A lot of these other companies, they don't even have 3M backing, they just have adhesive backing. I've put a lot of that down. Matter of fact, I got some over there to go down in this boat beside me, put some in my brother's boat. It goes down fine. I don't know how long it'll last, but I typically, even when I have adhesive, I go ahead and put contact cement on the actual boat itself, and then peel and stick the turf down. Seems to hold better in my opinion, but anyway, doing it without 3M backing, say $40 a sheet. If I was doing this whole boat, it's a 20x72 tracker, doing the whole boat, all the decks, including the floor, like I did prior, it's a little over 5 sheets, so you order 6 sheets, $40, that's $240 extra dollars. That's 2 extra sheets, 2.5 extra sheets of it without. So you do the math, figure out how you want to. Like I said, not sticky. A little bit of acetone, wipe it down, and I can put turf on it. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start taking the rest of this off. I figure I got about another hour and a half or so, and I'll have it all stripped out, and then I can start looking at pulling this deck off to get below it, because I need to pull the factory doors out there, because I'm going to put one here and one here, and then I'm going to eventually close in the bottom instead of having to pass through, so that I can put basically shadow boxes all the way around it and close this in, and I can remove that decking underneath it, and I'll have like some of the newer trackers, the newer kicker trackers, to where you have all that storage underneath the front deck. But anyway, let me get back to work. I hope you enjoyed the video and hope you learned something. Till next time.